So guys, welcome back again to my channel. People claim they want to see Nigeria work, but yet they are not ready to take those harsh actions needed. Because I don't see reasons why P2B statement is causing havoc in Nigeria today. P2B only said, don't vote for any LP candidate today because they are not recognized by INEC. We are shouting we want a change in Nigeria, we want a better Nigeria, but someone is taking the harsh step and people are still condemning him. P2B tweeted in his X handle, he said, on the 16th of August, being today, Nigerians will go to the polling unit again to vote for the by-elections. This is expected to take place in the 16th state of the Federation with 2 senatorial, 5 federal House of Rep, and 9 state of assembly seats available for voting. Kindly note that because the Labour Party has no recognized candidates by INEC due to the internal crisis, I humbly urge every member of Obedient and the COPDEM families to go out and vote for the coalition political party African Democratic Congress ADC in their respective states. The struggle for Nigeria has started. Thank you, P2B. Then in the comment section, I was saying things like P2B is a betrayer, so you're not more in LP, you're not in ADC, this one, that one. Many reactions coming from people that claim that they want to see Nigeria work. This is the start of it, because if LP has no recognized member by the INEC, P2B has no business campaigning for them, because that is against the rule of law, that is against our constitution. And P2B, we honor him as a man that abides by the rule and constitution of this country. So him now saying, don't vote for any LP candidate because INEC did not recognize them. So we all want P2B to go and campaign for LP that INEC has not recognized, and then tomorrow we are looking for a better Nigeria. A better Nigeria comes with a lot of sacrifice and a lot of harsh truths. This is harsh truth. Obi is not a person that will come out and be telling you lies. He will tell you the constitution, he abides by the law. He said, kindly note that because LP has no recognized candidate by INEC, therefore nobody should vote anybody from LP. As simple as that. As simple as that. Yeah, people are dragging him online. Like P2B is never worried to rule Nigeria. P2B this one, P2B that one, P2B this one, P2B that one. Because he made a clear statement, a clean statement. Why are people still attacking him till today? This statement, like I said, is causing havoc online. Just take a look and take a listen at a video from Arise News. I will repeat to you guys in a minute.
It was first Professor Jerry Ghana who floated the idea that Mr. Peter Obi will be better off joining the People's Democratic Party. Subsequently, we had Alhaji Lamido, Sule Lamido, former governor of Jigawa, former minister, also saying, oh, President Jonathan would be nice to lead the party. Other members of the party said, oh, in fact, President Jonathan had agreed. Now, when that story came out, I said, well, it's still academic and speculative, because the two gentlemen involved, neither of them has said, oh, we are returning to, or we will run on the platform of PDP, or we will even run at all. So we may be having an academic exercise, which is useful, but what do you think? Should President Jonathan return to the PDP? Well, he's not returning, he's still a member of PDP. Should he seek another term on the platform of the PDP, or should he not? And should Mr. Peter Obi return, in his own case, to the PDP? What's your assessment of these possibilities, at the level of possibilities, in my view?
Well, let me first and foremost correct you, Dr. Abati. I was the first person to speak about Jonathan's coming back, even though I'm not a former governor. I spoke on another sister platform, and it became a national affair. Now, these were all conjectures, and we were trying as much as possible to bring in more capable hands, in view of the comatose nature of the PDP. Quite a lot of people have left the PDP and they have pitched their tent with the coalition. Now, it is incumbent on us, to make suggestions, make conjectures, try to bring capable hands that will come into the PDP and raise its profile and its status. At the moment, the people in there are incapacitated by so many factors because they were part and parcel of how the PDP has been plunging. Bala Mohammed has been the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. He was unable to sieve some of the major defections that has affected the governors. We have now lost 2 governors, the governor of Akwa Ibom and the governor of Delta State. And we are most likely to lose the governor of Rivers State. So in his leadership, we have been able to lose about 3 governors. Now, coming to other issues, the Wike factor is there. He is also, making concerted efforts to ensure that the PDP does not survive, it doesn't rise, so that his own aim, which is to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, will materialize without no competition at all. So for us, who are genuine members of the party, who are passionate about the party, and who have been in the party right from the beginning, since 1998, we believe that the party can rise again. Like I always say, the PDP is like the beetle. It never dies. Now, coming to bringing these 2 people, they were originally members of our party. Jonathan does not know any other party apart from PDP. Although there were rumors at a point in time that he was going to contest under an APC administration, but that rumor was denied. Now, with these current insinuations that we have been making, we believe that Jonathan has not come out to either affirm or deny that he's going to contest or he's not going to contest. Furthermore, we have read so many reports and we have heard so many reports that he has been holding some meetings with very critical stakeholders on the issue of this contest. So perhaps we may have gotten the speculation right, that Jonathan is likely to come out. Peter Obi has just of late, yesterday, directed all his supporters to vote for an ADC candidate wherever he is, while he is still in Labour. Now, Labour Party this morning has called out to its members to disregard Peter Obi's comments. So these have shown that Peter Obi is married to the ADC and is most unlikely to defect to the PDP. Although he has made allusions to the fact that the PDP had approached him. Well, the whole thing, the last straw that broke the camel's back was the statement released by the National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, where he said they were not looking for, that there were capable hands within the PDP. But to me, I believe that that statement was merely a form of shakara, where you don't want to say, okay, we are looking for people, that we have capable people. But in essence, you are looking for the people. Because there is no political party that will survive without high-profile personalities.
Okay.
These 2 people are high-profile personalities.
Umar Sani. Now, with regard to President Jonathan,
I can hear you.
If we could integrate that a little bit. You recall that in 2018, ahead of the constitutional amendment process that led to the 2019 Constitution, one of the sections that was amended was Section 137. Section 137, sub 3, for presidents, and then I think Section 182 for governors, to the effect that any president or governor, but in this case, let's focus on Section 137, sub 3, any president who emerged by completing the term of a president who died in office and was sworn in, is only entitled to just one term in office, namely that you can only be sworn in twice. Yeah. You cannot be sworn in a third time within the purview of the spirit of the law itself. Now, do you see this being a problem in the likelihood that President Jonathan says, okay, I want to run? Won't they come and say, well, in 2010, you were sworn in as acting president to complete the term of President Yar'Adua. In 2011, you won election on your own steam. Why will you come again in 2026, 2027 to say you want to be president? Isn't that, legal booby trap there?
Yes, quite a lot of legal minds have pontificated on that. But I choose to choose the second aspect of the argument, not your own. Because in the second argument that lawyers have proffered is that the Nigerian Constitution has clearly stated that no law has the powers to take retrospective effect.
Yeah.
Now, yes, retrospective effect.
Yeah.
Retrospective.
Yeah.
That is, it cannot go back.
Yes.
Yes. The law cannot go back. Once a law is enacted, it starts from the period where that law is enacted. It does not affect anybody who has already done that thing. It starts from the period that law came into force or came into being. Now, these were the issues that affected when Buhari, when he was head of state, when he enacted a decree which dealt with the 3 cocaine pushers. And as at the time they were arrested, there was no law to the effect that it is a capital offense. So he enacted a decree and then backdated it, giving it a retrospective effect. Now, in the country, a lot of hues and cries were made that decree in itself is illegal. But because you cannot make law and give it retrospective bearing. Now, with the issue of Jonathan, I think the law was made after Jonathan had left. Perhaps maybe the lessons were learned from Jonathan's ascension to the throne, but the fact of the matter is that law should not affect him because it cannot have retrospective effect. Okay. So Jonathan, to me, is eminently and clearly qualified to contest for president in 2027.
Okay. So thank you so much for clarifying that. I'd like to turn to issues around zoning because, of course, the 44-man zoning committee was inaugurated yesterday. And, when we speak of names of Goodluck Jonathan and Peter Obi being thrown in, it makes the assumption that the presidential ticket for PDP will be zoned to the south. Now, when you read some of the statements from yesterday and check the body language, it seems that it's not clear, it's not predictable which way the zoning committee is going to go. What's your stance on this, and what's some of the insight you have concerning this issue around zoning, which many people might say has been one of the biggest existential threats to PDP?
You see, within the PDP, zoning has been encouraged, especially in Section 7 of our Constitution, where it gives room for, general participation, that every section of the country must be taken along. So it gives that room for zoning. And that is why a zoning committee chaired by Deodire, the governor of Bayelsa State, was inaugurated yesterday. Now, the idea is not only to zone the presidency, it is also to zone the party chairmanship. We are also having our convention, don't forget, in November. And so wherever the presidency lies, that's where the other side will take up the party chairmanship. And it is very clear from all indications that the party chairmanship will be zoned to the northwest. So if the party chairmanship will be zoned to the northwest, because their preliminary report has shown that perhaps it will go to the northwest. So if it will go to the likelihood that the presidential ticket will go to the south is very clear. And you know, within the PDP there is that clamor. You know, we are not, because Nigeria operates a multi-party system where each party looks at its own internal issues and how to resolve it. Now, in the PDP, the North is clamoring to become president. And they want to do an 8-year term because the North has been unable, of the 16 years of the PDP, the North was able to navigate only 2.5 years, perhaps. And so Northerners are more interested in trying to gain that advantage. And so Goodluck Jonathan, to them, gives that leverage because he is compelled by law to only do one term. And it will not be based on promises or any other thing because the law is so very clear. So his choice as the presidential candidate gives the North an unfettered advantage that in 2031, the North will get it. And so perhaps this has informed some of the arguments.
Okay. So you're saying the argument is that the North will have a steady path to power quickly, they'll get it. Isn't a Goodluck Jonathan campaign a recipe for an easy second term for President Tinubu? Because the analysis also goes that they will cannibalize the votes of anybody in the opposition and make it easier for the president to emerge. Any time that an incumbent has been beaten is as a result of a convergence of forces against the incumbent, which happened in the case of Goodluck Jonathan. But when you split it out, definitely it cannibalizes things and it just makes it easier for the incumbent to win again. So is this not an easy ride to the second term? This that the PDP and they're trying to do with Jonathan isn't just going to make it consolidate, and President Tinubu will now do a second term and hold the ace to where the power will come from the North when he finally leaves in 2031. What do you think about this argument?
Well, Rufai, your postulations look very attractable on the surface. But when you look at it, factually, you will understand that the coming in of Goodluck Jonathan will even further affect the president coming back than, give him that benefit. For instance, the president is now preparing the South-South for himself. He's preparing Edo for himself. He's preparing Akwa Ibom for himself. He's preparing Rivers for himself. He's preparing Delta for himself. So the coming of Goodluck will upstage that arrangement, because being somebody from the South-South, the possibility that the South-South would vote for Goodluck Jonathan is very massive. They will come out en masse because this is their own son. So they cannot sacrifice their own son for any other consideration. So it will affect the president more than it will affect any other candidate. Then coming to the North, which is the battleground, for Goodluck Jonathan is a very popular person in the North. Initially, the North, Northerners were convinced.
When did he gain this popularity? Is it just now? Because I never knew him to be popular. Buhari beat him in the North constantly, so I never knew him to be popular.
Let me land. Yes, why I'm saying this is because Goodluck Jonathan was initially very unpopular because of the Boko Haram insurgency. And most Northerners believed that he was behind the Boko Haram insurgency and that he was using General Hejerika to create more mayhem in the North. But on the ascension of Buhari and the lack of performance of Buhari's government, the people now began to see that it was even not the fault of Jonathan, that it was an issue that was even beyond him. Because even Buhari kept on saying technically defeated, almost technically defeated, almost about to be defeated, but the thing continued.
Okay.
So the northern,
Umar Sani.
in fact, the incidents that broke the camel's back was when Bello Turji burned some people alive in a bus, and the Northerners could not take it, and they said Buhari was incapable.
Okay, Umar Sani.
Yes.
We're wrapping up now,
Yes.
but I hope in less than a second. With this background that you have given, would it not be right to accuse the Northern political establishment of opportunism and hypocrisy? This is the same Northern political establishment that opposed President Goodluck Jonathan in 2014-2015. They said they wanted power back to the North. And now he's become the bride, the political bride that they are all courting. Is it not because they say, okay, he's the surest best, we don't want Tinubu, but Jonathan will at least do just one time, using one Southerner against the other. And then there are Northerners coming to defend that. I think we should call out the hypocritical or the hypocrisy of the Northern political elite, so they can just manipulate Southerners as they wish. Briefly, don't you think that's the problem?
Well, okay, Dr. Abati, on this matter, I will say that the questioner knows much more than the answerer. You were part and parcel of the system, you were in the government, and you knew what happened. Now, coming to whether the North is taking advantage or, well, the North, like I said several times, were misled by some of the ulamas who began to, campaign for Buhari as being the Messiah that Nigeria needed. And the Northerners took it hook, line, and sinker, believing that he's the Messiah. But later on, we discovered that he was human after all, and that he could not do whatever. And then the nostalgia of Goodluck's period, where prices of goods and life was good, you buy a bag of rice for 7,000 to 8,000 and so forth, began to now re-echo. And so it is not about the power dynamics that is behind the North's resurgence or recall of Jonathan. It is the good life that has happened during his period. And that good life gives him that credibility and say, oh, after all, during Goodluck, we didn't suffer like this.
Okay.
We were enjoying life, we were doing, so let us not look at it from the angle of power. But politicians, of course, will take advantage and say, since Goodluck has only one term and the North loves him, let us bring him so that we can take advantage.
One thing I think Nigeria are good at is lying to themselves. We are lying to ourselves that we want a better Nigeria, but within ourselves, we cannot say no to corruption and lying. We cannot say no to doing things illegally. You cannot say no to doing things the wrong way. Because now Obi just came out to say something that is real, fact. Then some people are attacking him. If you go to the comment section of that video, of that tweet on X handle, you'll be shocked. People are calling P2B's name, calling him names. That is the betrayer. That he can't stay in one party. That he can't even settle the dispute in LP and he wants to rule Nigeria. That he's this one, he's that one. Only because he came out to state the fact that since INEC does not or did not recognize anybody in my party, nobody is voting for them. This is just harsh truth. But we Nigerians, we don't like the truth. We keep on deceiving ourselves. We want a better Nigeria. We want this one, want that. But yet, we cannot even take the hard step on getting that better Nigeria. Because it's very simple. Since INEC does not recognize somebody, that person has no power or has nothing to do in election. But no how. In Nigeria, people still find their way to the ballot box despite not being recognized by INEC. That's the level where Nigeria is. And then people are calling Obi names. Like I said, that video have caused so many disputes online. And like that man said, since P2B is now siding ADC, that there's no chance of him coming to PDP. So they took it as P2B supporting ADC and not LP. We leave the meaningful message passed from a text and we are looking at it biased. Obi said because INEC did not recognize any LP candidates, therefore don't vote LP candidates. And since my party is not there, then let me support another party. Then he now said you can go ahead and vote for ADC. And then people are calling him to be a betrayer, that he cannot fix the issue in LP, and then he wants to rule Nigeria. The main thing that there's no issue in LP because P2B now, Abure has been disqualified by INEC and also by Supreme Court. So Abure has no single say in LP anymore. Rather, he's trying to spoil LP because we've seen Abure meeting with Wike. We have seen Abure done many things just to jeopardize what Obi has built in LP because Obi is the one that made LP relevant. Obi is also the one that made ADC relevant because ever since Obi declared interest in the coalition, that was when ADC became relevant. So any party Obi steps in today, that party will be relevant. So I think that Obi should not be concerned about any party because any party he goes to, the obedient have said that anywhere P2B goes, there they will move. So P2B is a movement, not just a person or a candidate. He's a movement. So whatever like guys should just air your views in the comment section. Let me know what to think in the comment section. I'm going to get my next video.